This is Brett Waltemath of Star Watch Media reporting to you in Dallas, Texas for the 2012 Dallas International Film Festival. You guys all introduce yourselves. Hi, Brett with Star Watch Media. It's a pleasure to speak with you all. You can kind of come around, kind of form a backwards U for us so we can get you all in frame. First of all, Kissed by the Devil. Can you please introduce yourselves and tell us, well, we'll start with just introducing yourselves.
Okay, my name is Khadijah Karriem. I play Oakland Hill.
I'm Eric King, executive producer.
I'm Sharice Chasi, producer.
Hi, I'm Candice Irion. I'm the assistant director.
Gwendolynn Murphy, play Karina White.
Well, first of all, let's hear about the project. Who'd like to discuss a little bit about the project with us? Anybody can say?
Well, Kissed by the Devil is a movie about family secrets and about Oakland Hill. It's played by Khadijah, who basically her father is he's on death row, he's about to die, and she's trying to find out what's the real story. Why is he really on death row? Did he do it? Did he not? And so it's about that journey of getting that answer. And she only has 3 days to do it. 3 days. Yeah.
Individually, what would you all really like to see the audience take away from this story and from the film?
I guess the theme that we really have been focusing on that we want the audience to take away is the idea of, releasing truth, and that, people take to their graves sometimes truth that could have set them free throughout life, and so if you actually embrace it and just, realize that it's okay to let it out, it's okay to, even if it wasn't a good, secret, it's okay to let it out, and then, people can be healed. Start the healing process. Can start the healing process. So I think that's.
I think perseverance on Oakland's part, trying to find out the truth, and still loving her father and her brother.
Yeah.
And not giving up on either one of them.
Exactly.
And for you?
The same. I was going to say the same thing. It's about healing. It's about not holding it in. Let's talk. Let's discuss. Let's move forward and heal. So that cancer doesn't go from generation to generation to generation.
And for you, Miss, what you'd really like the audience to take away from the film?
I'd like for the audience to really introspectively think, I want to become brave. I want to really face what I'm going through and not let it hinder me anymore. Because they've mentioned it's about healing, and I think that's so great what Khadijah's character did, is that she really just took that step, and it's about a lot of times it's a progress, it's a process, and you make certain steps of progress, and so I think it's important to be able to recognize that and to move forward. It's hard, but I think you play that very well, and the script's written lends itself to it too.
And for you?
On a little bit of a different note, I think I'd like for people to realize that M. Legend Brown writes from his heart and with passion, and that the things that he brings to the table are more so to bring awareness to different communities, different experiences that people have, and also to kind of really be vulnerable and put himself out there and show him what he has inside of him. And he has so many more projects upcoming that are going to express more of that, and this is just the icing on the cake right here as far as like exhibiting to the world what he can do. So this is just the beginning for M. Legend Brown, and we're so all proud to be working with him.
Also, kind of for all of you, just I'd like to get your reaction when you first heard about the story, heard about the project, and your first reaction when you heard about the story and the project. I'll start to the right.
Well, I have to say I have a very small role in this, but I feel very honored to have been part of it. It is a story that is really heart-wrenching, and hopefully most people wouldn't have to live through something like this, but it's something that he really spoke from his heart, and I think I already iterated that, but it's just a personal story, and really I think they could probably tell you a little bit more about it. This is the lead over here. She's really got some depth here, so yeah.
And for you, reaction when you first heard about the story and the project?
Well, usually it takes me a couple times to read through it and everything, but what I really appreciated and enjoyed was the depth. When Big Mike, we call him Big Mike, when he writes, like Gwen said, he writes from the heart. But furthermore than that, he writes with just this mission and this embodiment that he needs to get out. And I think that's so well conveyed, and I think that was overall what I felt, and it always inspires me to come back onto one of his sets. And so this is a great team, and I've worked with them and hopefully continue to work with them, but I enjoy that a lot.
And for you, just the interest in putting this story on screen?
I'm sorry?
Just kind of your reaction and to the story and your motivation to put it on screen.
Well, when I read the script, I knew immediately what I wanted to do.
I knew what I had in mind as far as who I thought would be a good lead. I thought Khadijah would be a great lead because as a producer, I immediately, the story hits me, but I immediately go into producer mode. And I started thinking, who can pull this off? And this is a really personal story, and the story is very close to Khadijah's real life to a certain degree. So I was floored when I read the script, and I was like, let's work. Let's do this, you know, so.
And for you, sir, again, just your reaction when you first just heard about the story and your interest in the project to be a part of it.
Mike and I have been business partners for 8 years, and so everything he writes, I'm like, hey, let's do this. And so when I got this script, I mean, it read like a novel. Yeah, and so we're like, I'm like, who's gonna play the lead? And he's like, well, I have this lady, she's been on this and she's been on that. And so when I met Khadijah and I sat down and talked to Khadijah, I was just blown away just by everything that she's done. And I mean, in her personal life. And so I mean, when you see it being shot and then when you actually see it on the screen, it is just a wonderful joy. So,
Khadijah, was there any hesitation for you to take on this part when you could see parallels with this character to your real life?
No, absolutely not. In fact, that was the thing that when he approached me, actually approached me as a producer. And when I read the script, I was like, this is my story. I have to play this part, you know. And like everyone said, it touched a lot of my own personal struggles. And so all I wanted to do was just make it be a cathartic experience and just bring my truth to it. And I felt like that was what's conveyed, and I'm happy it was. But for me, it was just such a release. And I mean, I definitely didn't run from it. I ran to it. So, yeah.
Really quick, I'll go around to all of you and ask about your upcoming projects that we have to look forward to.
Actually, this summer I'm working on a web series that I wrote and was starring called Diary of a Blacktress. Yes, it's funny. So we give a little lightheartedness to all this drama. But that's going to happen this summer, yes.
And for you, sir, upcoming projects?
Hidden in Plain Sight.
Hiding
in Plain Sight, which we'll pick back up shooting next Friday.
Yeah.
So it's a story about homelessness.
Anything additionally for you?
Yeah, after that, I have a film called Asadi that is going to be shot in Ghana. It's about the Liberian child soldier. And so it's about her life. So that's mine. And it's a full length, so I'm excited about that film.
And upcoming projects for you?
I'm currently well involved with Hiding in Plain Sight, so we're excited about that. Working on a commercial and then also working on developing my screenplay and a short as well.
And for you?
So excited to be working on Hidden in Plain Sight with Mike and all these wonderful, wonderful people. Working on a new short called Where I Find Peace and Pangea's Dream with Jim Blumetti.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much for the time. Congratulations on the film and enjoy the festival. Thank you all.